The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros. Canelo doesn't face the strongest opposition. Now, before you get upset with us, that's not our words. That's David Benavidez's words. We're just going to discuss them. All right, so first we're going to take a look at the fact that he's fighting Edgar Berlanga on September 14th. It's been announced, so he's fighting him basically the weekend of Mexican Independence Day. So here's Edgar Berlanga celebrating being
What's
chosen.
up, y'all? It's Edgar Belanga, and I want to tell my fight fans, man, we got the fight. Belanga versus Canelo, live September 14th in Las Vegas on pay-per-view. And for y'all fucking haters, man, y'all gonna eat y'all words. And don't sleep on me, because y'all gonna be sleeping for a very long time, man. Knockout season, fireworks. You know how we coming? Big New York. Puerto Rico, like, what's up, y'all?
Yo, put a shirt on. All right. You heard what Edgar Berlanga said. Someone posted this picture. You see his Berlanga. Berlanga, that's how he's talking. You know what I mean? Berlanga and Frank hit the lottery this year. Frank Martin, of course. All right, so they asked David Benavidez about Canelo picking Edgar Berlanga to fight next, and here's what David Benavidez had to say. So David Benavidez has blasted Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. It's a trash A fight. Nobody wants to see that. But at the end of the day, Canelo doesn't face the strongest opposition. That's a quote from David Benavidez. All right, so now we're going to take a look at what Edgar Berlanga had to say in response to David Benavidez saying that Canelo doesn't fight the strongest opposition for selecting him. Edgar Berlanga tweeted, F that fat A, he's a dirtbag just like his father, and God don't bless nobody who's always hating on another man. That's for females, bro. So that's what Edgar Berlanga stated. F that fat A. So, Dollar Bill, what is your reaction to David Benavidez accusing Canelo of not fighting the strongest opposition? And also, do you think Edgar Berlanga is a bad opponent for Canelo Alvarez? The floor is yours.
Edgar Belanga is hilarious. First of all, we're just not going to skip over that. You know what I'm saying?
It's making me like him, though. It's making me like him, though.
Yeah, we like him. We like Edgar, but we're not going to skip over that. Like how you was acting, bro. Like, yo, congratulations on you getting the bag, man. But how he was acting, that was hilarious. It had me thinking, like, he was like, you just mad that he didn't choose you guys. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are just mad. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you got chosen. Oh, man. Yo, the hate is real. You know you was going to get the hate. Canelo was going to get the hate no matter who he fought. And if he would have fought his mandatory who they stripped from him, people was going to be like, who is he? At least they know who Belanga is. You know? At least they know who Belanga is, and people are going to come out. Listen, this is a young guy. He started off high. He was knocking everybody out. He still got power. Maybe he can catch him. Maybe that's what they're saying. I don't know. He's young enough. He's fresh enough. He's getting this experience. Maybe he can turn it around and learn from this. I doubt it. I think he's just fooled. He just got the call. He was mandatory. Canelo's fighting is mandatory. Who else is there out there for him to fight? Tell David Benavidez to activate his mandatory, which he didn't. You know, everybody want to say stuff, but when they got the opportunity to do it, they don't do it. You know, we all know, like, you go do what you got to do. You look like crap, David Benavidez, your last joint. And you went in hiding. And you went in hiding after that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do something, beat the guys, become undisputed. I bet you Canelo go up there and whoop you. Give him something. You had plenty of opportunities to go in, and you didn't. Okay? So let's not talk about you, David. You'll get your shot. And because Edgar Berlanga was right. There's one thing he did says. God doesn't bless a man that hates on another man. Never. That's what we always said that before, man. That's one thing that I can give Edgar Berlanga. All the other stuff, you fat thing, and talking about your dad and all that, I'm not going to get on that train. I'm not going to ride on that, get on that train. But I am gonna say one thing he did say is true. People, you get nowhere hating on another man. The universe never blesses somebody that hates on another man. We always said that. Yo, I like to take my own personal journey. Yo, when I started getting better and getting in health, G and my brother used to always say, your only competition is yourself. You're sitting there worried about somebody else and thinking about you're never gonna get your blessings. Worried about what somebody else is doing. All right. I think that Belanga is food, but I'm not going to hate on another man being able to support his family and get in the bag. Obviously, he put himself in a position to be the mandatory. He did that. Get mad at the sanctioning bodies. Get mad at them. Don't get mad at this kid. All he did was get in the ring and fight who they put in front of him. And y'all mad. And y'all mad. And all Canelo is doing is fighting the mandatories and the people that they put. These are the best that they had to offer. Unless these other people want to talk some sense. They want to talk some real and try to really make this fight happen. But you know what's going to happen. David Benavidez, what's he going to do? We're going to be having the, when it's time for this to fight, if he would have, David Benavidez prices himself out. That's what's going to happen. Can I say, okay, I'm gonna fight him. David Benavidez, I want, you know,
$1 billion.
I don't know where the hate come from. Canelo done fought everybody, the who's who. Y'all forgot all the fights he done fought, all the wear and tear, all the wars he done had. They just want him to go after that, killer after killer. Watch the Boxer Bros. Bro just talked about it. What happened to a person able to, you know, he got it from the mud. He earned his shot. Now he's able to, you know, pick and choose what he want to do. He's getting out of the sport. We're seeing him on his way out. Like when we see Floyd fighting like Andre Berto and stuff like that on his way out. The condoms, you know what I'm saying? This is what happens. We get a little bread, but I know one thing. Let David go there and accomplish something. He's accomplished losing his belt twice. Now accomplish going up there and grabbing a belt, beating one of these other guys, forming your own path. Because you could have stayed down at 168, but no, you decided to go to 175. So I don't want to hear no more about David Benavidez and Canelo and this person ducking this and this person hating on this until the fights is endless. They just hate greatness. That's what it is. No matter what, when you're at number one, they gonna hate on you no matter what. They want you to lose. Floyd experienced this. Not even in anything. Like, even in anything, like, I was just watching, like, when you do more, like, you got the most numbers and stuff like that, the people will start rooting for the other people to beat you.
In basketball, Braun.
Anything.
Yeah.
For real. Like, listen, I like the kid. I was sitting there, we was talking about, in hip-hop. What's going on with the light-skinned kid in
Drake?
Yeah, the kid and the other kid with the yellow teeth. Kendrick Lamar.
We talk about.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, them guys. Like, we all know, everybody know more Drake songs than they know Kendrick Lamar songs. You know what I'm saying? We know who sold more, you know. But this, he got a little, of course, Drake number, he got to tear him down. Even though Kendrick did his thing, but still, everybody just coming out the woodwork. Just if they just hated him, even if they didn't even listen to the song that Kendrick did. You know what I'm saying? They were just happy. They were just happy that somebody said something bad about him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's using Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's how it happens. That's how this world is like that, man. I never would understand that. They win at AJ. They go at AJ. You can't win. You can't win. You know what I'm saying? But I done seen Canelo fight the strongest oppositions out there. And now I just see that Canelo is paid the cost to be the boss. And we don't. And listen, another thing is too. By the way, we think like I joke a lot, right? I always be playing and messing with people, but my brother a kid and he knows and he be laughing, right? So I was trying to pretend like I'm this big boxing wizard, right? Like, oh, you can't mess with my predictions. I just do that just to mess with people that don't know me. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't. I really don't care. I just love seeing the good sport. I just love seeing the good fights and all that. I really don't care about none of that. Like, I don't know. Belanga might go. Canelo might end up being real old. We have been surprised so many times in boxing. We don't know what will happen. Belanga might go in there and give us a performance that we all respected. I thought Paulie Malignaggi was going to get murdered by Miguel Cotto. He showed a lot of heart in that fight. And it got to the point that we all love Paulie off of that swollen cheekbone that he got. Maybe Belanga could give us that. We already dismissing the kid, you know? But maybe he can go in there, he gives us a performance that we'd be like, dang. Even though he got cooked, he showed a lot of heart and gained the respect of the people. So we don't know until they get in there. I just sorry about my rant. I just got so mad because I'm just sick and tired. Anywhere you go, people don't even watch, but they hate Canelo just because they just told to, just because they just have to, because they know he's number one. He's that guy. They just gotta hate him just because. No matter what. Every fight, they're gonna be like, he ain't it, he ain't it, he ain't it, he ain't it. And then when he loses, they're gonna be like, I told you. You know what I'm saying? I just can't stand it, man. Like I was telling somebody on boxing Twitter. I was like, yo, he was like, he said something to me about the effect, like, oh, you people are so happy with somebody getting the bag, even though this, that, and the third. I said, man, I can't hate him. I can't hate on somebody. I let you do it for me. You know, I just can't do it, man. I'm not built like that, man. We done been through so much. I can't hate on somebody for getting the bag. He done put in the work and he beat it who they put in front of him. It ain't like Belanga went out his way and did some old foul stuff to become. Nah. Get mad at the WBA. Get mad at them. Don't get mad at this kid. And stop saying that Canelo didn't face nobody. His resume is the best resume in boxing. Talk about names and who's. So I'm just sick and tired of that Canelo slander. I apologize for my ring.
So good. That's what we're here for. So, but I think we have a legitimate disagreement finally for the people. I don't see Drake as a representation of Canelo, for example. Yes, people are happy when Kendrick Lamar beat Drake. But I think that's more of a representation thing. So, for example, Kendrick Lamar represents an element of hip hop where it's like hip hop saved, like it was hip hop or die type of, you know, you were immersed in the culture, you lived the culture. It was, you know, rap or die, like get rich or die trying in the music industry. And it was like Drake represents, oh yeah, I do this because it's cool. I do this because it's fun. Like if he never made it in rap, he still would have been fine. He still would have been well off. So I think it was, you have that portion of the hip hop world who sees Kendrick as more of a reflection of the culture than Drake. And when he called out Drake as like someone who like does hip hop because it's like cool, it's a status symbol, that group of people were happy to see Drake get called out and get bashed. Whereas like for me, Canelo's a complete opposite because he's been a pro since the age of 15 and boxing's been his life and he's the embodiment of boxing. And like, you know, no boxing, no life for Saul, which is almost like saying hip hop saved my life. So to me, that's the slight difference on Drake, but I do get it. Drake is the hit maker. Mm-hmm. He is the guy at the top. And a lot of people been preying on his downfall, and they're happy that Kendrick came and did it. But it's like
when we seen this before, though. We seen this before, like with Jay-Z and Nas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My thing is, I think slightly different because I feel like Drake is kind of he rides the wave. I think
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
I think Canelo
I was
is the
just talking
wave.
about numbers. I was just talking about numbers.
Yeah. That's the only difference. I think like Canelo is the wave, and Drake rides the wave. Like Drake to me would be Benavidez. Like he would be like, "Come on, Canelo, let me get on that wave." Like, but yeah. So let's talk about this for a second. David Benavidez said Canelo doesn't fight the best opposition, and I would say in 1 year in David Benavidez' weight division, Canelo fought better opposition than him. So Canelo, remind you, became undisputed at 168 in 1 year. He was the first one to beat Callum Smith. He was the first one to beat Billy Joe Saunders, and he was the first one to beat Caleb Plant. So he took all of their O's. This guy who he's saying doesn't fight the strongest opposition to become undisputed at 168. David Benavidez, on the other hand, fought Caleb Plant after Canelo stopped him, and he couldn't even stop him, which matters because David is being built up as the Mexican monster, the Mexican killer. He went up in weight, and he fought Alexander Guzek. I don't know how to pronounce his name, no disrespect. He went and fought the Ukrainian, who was well past his prime, and he couldn't stop him either. The Mexican monster. And in fact, the Ukrainian tagged him up. He had David Benavidez hurt. He had David Benavidez in trouble.
I just thinking about it. Had him looking like the guy from the Goonies.
But y'all give David Benavidez credit for that. But you hate on Canelo for going up and beating Sergey Kovalev. You say, oh, Kovalev was past his prime. And that guy wasn't. At least Kovalev was champion when Canelo fought him. Okay. Don't want to give Canelo credit for that. Cool. Let's move on. Canelo moved up in weight after becoming undisputed in 168, accomplishing more in 168 in 1 year than David Benavidez did his entire career at 168. He moved up to challenge Dimitri Bivol. Y'all call Bivol a cherry. That same Bivol who beat Canelo Alvarez is now about to face Arthur Beterbiev for undisputed at 175. So he said Canelo doesn't face the strongest opposition. The actual facts in the record would reflect that Canelo has faced the strongest opposition at 168 and 175. Canelo has a stronger resume in comparison to David Benavidez at 168 and 175. But I guarantee you the person who interviewed David Benavidez didn't hold his feet to the fire when he made that comment. You know why? Because people fanboy when they interview now. This is why I can't interview. For David Benavidez to say that Canelo Alvarez doesn't fight the strongest opposition at 168 in an interview or not to press him on that. He beat Callum Smith when he was universally recognized as the number one by all major ranking outlets. Reign, BoxRec, ESPN, everyone ranked Callum Smith as the number one super middleweight in the world. Canelo beat him. He was undefeated. Canelo beat Billy Joe Saunders. He was undefeated. Canelo beat Caleb Plant. He was undefeated. Took all their belts. How is he not facing the strongest competition at 168? For David Benavidez to say that, how come the interviewer didn't press David Benavidez and say, is your resume at 168 better than Canelo's? Is your resume at 175 better than Canelo's? The answer is hell effing no. But this is what is allowed to happen because people are looking for clickbait. They're looking to be friendly with the fighters. Like I said, if Canelo's not facing the strongest opposition, what does that say about David Benavidez? And this is the problem. He's allowed to say that because no one will push back because they're afraid they won't get an interview later. Here's the reality, bro. Canelo earned the right to pick who he wants. He paid the cost to be the boss. Like I said earlier, you can't fight killer after killer after killer. That's never the way it was in boxing. Go look it up. BoxRec exists. Go to BoxRec. I'm saying this is the BoxRec. This is the BoxRec challenge. I'm sending it out right now to anyone who watches this video. Please tell me the fighter who his entire career fought killer after killer after killer after killer and never had a stay busy fight, never had a stay active fight, never had to keep the tools sharp fight in between. And I guarantee you it doesn't exist because you can't fight killer after killer after killer. That's why Canelo didn't perform well when he fought Dimitri Bivol. And he learned from that. So now what he's doing is he's sharpening the tools. He'll take on a killer. He'll do what he wants. But like Trill said, at the end of the day, he's on the way out anyway. Y'all want David Benavidez to inherit his fame and fortune. Y'all want him to pass the torch to Benavidez. Y'all don't want Benavidez to earn it. And that's the problem. Benavidez can keep earning his own name. Let's see what he does without Canelo. The only reason he's relevant is because he attaches his name to Canelo. Like I said, he wants to ride the Canelo wave. And that's usually a sign that you can't make your own.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know, you rock the Boxing Bros.